recording privileges. Bill, big win, much needed win, huge when it comes to the playoff race. Opening statement.
Well, we haven't won anything yet. We haven't clinched anything yet. So it's just one win. It was an important win, no question about that. It gave us the opportunity to position ourselves for a double bye. We still have to win 2 of our next 3 games in order to accomplish that. It's going to be very difficult, play some very quality teams. But I thought overall our performance tonight was solid. We had, we moved the ball well. We didn't turn it over, which was a big key for us today. And we played solid defense across the board. We didn't give them very many second shots. We took them out of their rhythm a little bit. Fouls hurt us early, but and they're missing some players too. I mean, Dantas is a big part of their stretching the floor for them, and she's not there, so that was to our advantage. But again, we don't have Liz, so that's to their advantage. But I think overall, we did what we had to do on our home floor. We did what we were supposed to do. Now it's on to the next game, which we got a couple of days off. We get a little bit of rest. And just for anybody asking, we're still waiting on Liz. We don't have any timetable for her at the moment. I do believe she's about to begin testing, which is a positive step for us. And then it's a finite number as long as she tests negative. And it's good to have Hamby back. I also thought Jackie played, an outstanding game. We had a talk the other day of her be more aggressive. I didn't expect 29 points and shooting 10 for 15 or whatever she shot, or 15 for 19 or whatever. I didn't expect that, but I'll take it. But for the team and morale, I thought it was a very good win for us.
Considering the circumstances, the opponent, is this as good as the team has played all year?
I don't know about all year. This is one of our better games that we played consistently throughout start to finish. I thought they came out on fire in the first 3 or 4 minutes, and we got right back in it. Where last time we played here, they got on fire and we folded. So that's a positive step. I think the ball movement and the player movement today was as good as we've had in quite a while, maybe a month or so, ever since the break, maybe. So when we move the ball like that and we move bodies around like that, we open up seams for our talent and take over, and that's what happened tonight.
You touched on a little bit, but no turnovers in the first half, only 5 for the game. Just what did you make of maybe the offensive execution, the way Chelsea facilitated?
Yeah, I think we made a very big point of emphasis coming into this game about turnovers. They overplay a lot. They're a very disruptive defense, and it was very important that we took care of the basketball and made sure of our passes. When we move like that and we set screens like that, we can get good shots without having to make extra passes or stand. And I think that was the biggest key today, that we had good ball movement.
And then again, you touched on the Erica's impact a little bit, but what did it mean to have her, 14-6, excellent two-way play as always. What did it mean to have her back? What kind of lift did she provide?
Energy player for us. Erica comes in and gave us 14-6 off the bench, which is what she does a lot. And I thought, she was a big key to the night for us maintaining. I didn't get a chance to play Jisoo any tonight. Stokes is doing a fine job for us, and Erica's back, so I went a 3-big rotation. It worked well. I'd like to play some more players, more than just 7 that I'm currently playing, but it is what it is this time of year.
Howard?
Bill, how much do you...
Howard
Bill.
Megville?
What do you want?
How much do you think the lack of turnovers comes back to just these players getting more practice opportunities with one another and a cohesive unit being forged, rather than just a question of what the defense was giving you?
Yeah, we're not really practicing a whole lot right now. We do, but we don't. We don't have any hard practices. We don't have enough guys to practice against, and I'm not going to risk us out there, our bodies and minds, in a hard practice amongst ourselves. I think they're starting to understand, what is necessary. I preach every second of every day right now, execution on offense and defense. And it's like pulling teeth, with them, because they're very talented individuals, and none of them really got. Chelsea's won a championship, none of them else have won damn thing. So I keep preaching execution. And tonight we did. Also ball movement and player movement. We did that tonight too. When we stand and we're stagnant, so we turn it over and pick and rolls. So I think that we're still learning about each other, especially without Liz being here. We're a different basketball team. We have a lot more guard-oriented play. Liz will be hopefully coming back for the playoffs, because we really need her presence on the inside, offensively and defensively. But I think if we take care of the basketball, our talent will take care of itself.
And then just related to that, you've spoken about having more shooters on this team than you did, let's say, in 2020, 2019. Do you think that the spacing is something that leads to being able to create more of those seams as well? And that is a function that leads to fewer turnovers?
Well, that's why we're set up this way. We set this down. I set this team up to have some more shooters on the perimeter because we had Liz and Asia going to patrol the paint. And that was imperative. We also got runners to open up the floor and get some easy shots in transition. So yeah, it's set up for what it's supposed to be. Now it's got to get all of our pieces back and let's go throw the ball up and see how this all goes.
And the last one is just, I know you've talked about Kelsey Plum as 6th Woman of the Year. Obviously, Dearica is still in the running there as well. Are you prepared to change that, or are you still, for you, Kelsey Plum is the clear number one at that point?
Well, I think consistency of the whole year. I think Plum has done a good job for us, not only scoring wise. Everybody look at scoring, okay, and a few assists, but running the offense for us and pushing pace for us. She did a very good job of that. Dearica has also done a very good job. It's a fine call. What I don't want to have happen is that they take votes from each other. For all whoever votes, I have no idea who votes on this thing, but if they take votes from other and somebody else gets it, that would be a travesty. If they both got a co-one, well, that would be cool by us and by the players. But if they take votes from other and somebody else sneaks in there, that's a travesty.
Noted, Bill. Thank you.
Hey, Coach, it seems like every game now recently, especially since the Olympic break, Raquan has getting you guys off to some good starts offensively in that first quarter. Have you made a point of emphasis to kind of look for her more often, or is she just being more aggressive?
You mean Raquina?
Raquan.
Yeah. We had some bad starts today. We had a marginal start and pulled it out. Raquina is a phenomenal scorer. It's what she's done her whole life. And most of this season, she's taken a back seat because that's what was required and necessary for everybody else to be involved in the offense. But come playoff time, I've had numerous conversations with her about being much more aggressive offensively because she can do things that no one else on this team can. She can come off really hard and just raise and jump 3 feet in the air, and a big can't bother her shot, and a guard can't bother her shot, and they're going to foul her. And she has range, and she has quickness, and she has a mid-range game. She has the full package offensively, and she plays defense. It's just that the hand she's been dealt this year during the regular season hasn't been conducive to showing how valuable she is for us.
And then last time you guys played the Lynx, you guys shot 36%.
I can't hear you. Quiet, please. Hey.
Last time you guys played the Lynx, you shot really poorly, 36%. Today, 55. Is that just a direct result of ball movement?
Ball and player movement today. That was the key for our offense. Last 2 times we played them, we were stagnant, trying to drive the ball into the post, and they were overplaying, and we did pick and roll, and that's right up their alley. They want a half court slugfest. We don't. And so today we got out and we ran them. They got a little tired. We ran them consistently throughout the game and opened up seams to get us easy baskets. And when we got in a half court, we moved the ball around pretty well. A lot of really quick pick and rolls to put their defense under pressure.
All right, last question, Trania.
She has one.
Sorry, second to last question, Trania.
Hey, Coach. Good win today. You talk about preparing for the playoffs and everything. You put a small lineup out there with Williams, Plum, Jackie was out there, and I think Stokes was probably out there as well. But you guys were pretty much small balling it. Was that a part of the plan, or were you just going a part of the game plan?
Well, every game should be different depending on the matchups that you have. I thought today was a guard day. Our guards were the ones who really went out and took control of this game, both from a leadership perspective and a scoring perspective. And some games are going to be like that. We have very talented guards. And when you get into playoffs, how do you score? And guards are normally the ones that can score because the other team's going to set their defense for the bigs. They're going to set their defense for Asia. They're going to set their defense for Liz. And so you have to have guards that can go out there and score. Tonight we did.
Cassandra?
Yeah, securing the 2nd seed means that you bypass the win or go home part of the WNBA playoff format. What are your thoughts on the playoff format? It's good for you right now, but how do you feel about it overall?
Well, when it came out way back when, it was like the coaches were up in arms. Every coach will tell you that a 1-game shootout in the playoffs makes no sense. You play the whole season and then you have a 1-gamer and you could be out because you have a a flu, or we have a thumbnail hurt, or a foul trouble, or pick any of the above, and you lose in a one gamer. So from a coaching perspective, coaches hate it. They want a regular series. And hopefully the league will go back to that one. Hopefully starting next year or the year after. But I think that from coaches, it's terrible. I get the TV part and make it, oh, wow, look at every one game, and oh, okay, we'll sell some more TV and radio time. But from a player and a coach, no, we hate it. It just, you play the whole season for one thing. Anything can happen in a one gamer. It's just not fair to everybody.
Thanks a lot, Coach. We will
You
be back
got it.
with Chelsea Gray and Jackie Young.